Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Dr. Smina Javed from the Biochemistry Department, IMC Faisalabad. I am delivering lecture on lipid transport and storage. Fat absorbed from the diet and lipids synthesized by the liver and adipose tissue must be transported between various organs. As lipids are insoluble in water, this problem is solved by associating non-polar lipids with amphipathic lipids and proteins to make them water-miscible lipoproteins. As you know that non-polar lipids are cholesterol, esters and triacylglycerol, while amphipathic lipids are cholesterol and they are phospholipids. Four major lipids are present in lipoproteins. These are the triacylglycerol, phospholipids, cholesterol and cholesterol esters. Four major groups of the plasma lipoproteins have been identified. Number one is the chylomicron, which are derived from the intestinal absorption of triacylglycerol and other lipids. Second is the VLDL, which is derived from the liver for export of the triacylglycerol. Number three is the LDL, representing a final stage in the catabolism of VLDL. Number four is the HDL, which is involved in the cholesterol transport, and it is also involved in the chylomicron and VLDL metabolism. Lipoproteins consist of the non-polar core and single surface layer of the amphipathic lipids. Non-polar core consists of triacylglycerol and cholesterol esters, while the amphipathic lipid constitute the phospholipids and cholesterol. The non-polar core, it is buried inside this lipoproteins, while the amphipathic lipids, they are present on the outside of the lipoproteins. They are oriented in such a way that that their polar part is towards outside, while the non-polar part is towards inside. The protein moiety of the lipoprotein known as apolipoproteins or apoproteins. The distribution of the apolipoprotein characterizes the lipoproteins. One or more apoproteins are present in each lipoproteins, and they are usually abbreviated as apo followed by the letter A, B and C. Some apoproteins are integral and cannot be removed. For example, we have the ApoB. In ApoB we have the ApoB100 and ApoB48, whereas others bound to the surface and free to transfer to other apoproteins like apoprotein C and apoprotein E. They can be transferable into different lipoproteins. The major apolipoprotein of the HDL is ApoA. The main apoprotein of the LDL is ApoB100. It is the largest of the protein present inside the body. It contains 5,436 amino acids. Chylomicron contains 48% of the ApoB100, that is B48. This chylomicron, it contains the ApoB100, but the RNA editing enzyme, it edits the messenger RNA for ApoB100 when the 48% of the ApoB is synthesized. ApoC1, C2 and C3 are freely transferable between the different lipoproteins. ApoE found in VLDL, chylomicron and HDL, and it is also transferable. Now this diagram shows the structure of the plasma lipoproteins. In the core we have the triacylglycerol and we have the cholesterol esters, while on the periphery we have the phospholipids and the free cholesterol. Phospholipids are arranged in such a way that there is hydrophilic portion is towards the outer layer, and the inner layer contains the hydrocarbon chains, while the free cholesterol contains the hydroxyl group, which is pushed towards the outer side, and it is towards the polar, it forms the polar group of the cholesterol, while the cholesterol means nucleus is towards the inside. We have the two types of the proteins in the plasma proteins. For example, we have the peripheral apoprotein and integral apoprotein. In peripheral apoprotein, we have the ApoC, which can be transferable between the different lipoproteins, while the integral apoprotein, it forms part and parcel of the lipoprotein. For example, we have the ApoB48 or ApoB100. Functions of the apolipoproteins. There are many functions of the apolipoproteins. They form the structure of the lipoprotein ApoB100, and they are enzyme cofactors. For example, ApoC2 for lipoprotein lipase and ApoA1 for lecithin cholesterol acyl transferase, while ApoA2 and ApoC3 for lipoprotein lipase as enzyme inhibitors. They may act as an ligand for interaction with the lipoprotein receptors in tissues. For example, ApoB100 and ApoE for LDL receptors. Chylomicron and VLDL are rapidly metabolized. Fatty acids originating from the chylomicron and triacylglycerol are delivered mainly to the adipose tissue, heart and muscles. Triacylglycerol of the chylomicron and VLDL are hydrolyzed by the lipoprotein lipase to form the remnant lipoproteins. Lipoprotein lipase is an enzyme located on the walls of the blood capillaries, anchored to the endothelium by negatively charged proteoglycan chains of the heparan sulfate. This lipoprotein lipase is not normally present in the circulation. It is only released when we inject heparin to a person. At that time, this enzyme is dislocated from the intestine, from the blood capillaries. Both phospholipids and ApoC2 are required as a cofactor for lipoprotein lipase activity. Triacyl glycerol is hydrolyzed progressively through diacyl glycerol to monoacyl glycerol and finally to free fatty acid plus glycerol. This free fatty acid enters into the adipose tissue or other tissue, and it may be utilized for the energy purposes or may be utilized for the storage purposes, while glycerol is transported towards the liver. Reactions with the lipoprotein lipase results in loss of the 70 to 90% of the triacyl glycerol of the chylomicron and loss of the ApoC but not ApoE. This ApoC is transported towards transferred to the HDL, while ApoE is retained in the apolipoproteins. The resulting chylomicron remnant is relatively enriched in cholesterol and cholesterol esters. Similar changes occurs to VLDL with the formation of the VLDL remnant and also called IDL. This IDL may be metabolized further inside the circulation and it can be changed into the LDL. Here is a diagram which shows the metabolism of chylomicron. These chylomicron, they are synthesized from the dietary fat. As you know, the dietary fat is composed of the triacyl glycerol, cholesterol, phospholipids and fat soluble vitamins. They pass through the lymphatic vessels and they synthesize there is synthesis of the chylomicron, nascent chylomicron. This nascent chylomicron contains triacyl glycerol, cholesterol and apoprotein, which is B48, and some amount of the apoprotein A. When it enters into the circulation, it acquires more apoproteins like ApoC and ApoE from the HDL. Now the chylomicron then again in the circulation it is composed of the triacyl glycerol, cholesterol, and it contains the B48 apoprotein, ApoC, ApoA and ApoE. On these chylomicrons, lipoproteins lipase acts on it, and they release the triacyl glycerol, and they causes the release of the free fatty acids and glycerol. These free fatty acids can enter into the extrahepatic tissue. They may be utilized in the storage for the storage purposes, or it may be utilized for the synthesis of the new triacyl glycerol, or it can be utilized for the purpose of the energy. The glycerol which is released enters into the liver. After the action of the lipoprotein lipase, this chylomicron is converted into the chylomicron remnant, and at this time ApoC and ApoA is transferred again to the HDL, and this chylomicron remnant is taken by the liver cells through this LDL receptors. This LDL receptors, it accepts the ApoB100 and ApoE. While there are other types of the LDL receptors, this chylomicron receptors, they are the LDL receptor related proteins. They also accept the chylomicron remnants. And inside this liver, these chylomicron remnants are degraded by the hepatic lipase into free fatty acids and cholesterol. This diagram shows the metabolic fate of very low density lipoproteins. The very low density lipoproteins are synthesized by the liver cells. They are synthesized by the endogenous synthesis of the fatty acids and the cholesterol, which comes into the liver from the chylomicron remnant or VLDL remnants. These nascent VLDL, which are synthesized by the liver cells, they comes into the circulation. They contains the ApoB100, ApoC and ApoE. During the circulation, they acquired more apoproteins like ApoC and ApoE from the HDL. Now this upon these VLDL, this lipoprotein lipase acts on it. It causes the hydrolysis of triacylglycerol, and in the resulting we have the free fatty acids and glycerol. Free fatty acids enters into the extrahepatic tissues. Now that this VLDL get reduced in size because the triacylglycerol are metabolized, and it forms the VLDL remnant, and this VLDL remnant contains the triacylglycerol and cholesterol and ApoE and ApoB100, and this structure is also known as IDL. This IDL may be further hydrolyzed and it contains the cholesterol. This triacylglycerol may be transported to the other lipoproteins, and we convert the IDL into the LDL. This LDL contains the ApoB100. This ApoB100 is this LDL is then further taken up by the ApoB100 and E receptors, which are present in the liver cells, or they may be taken up by the extrahepatic tissue, and these receptors are also present in extrahepatic tissues. Now we will continue the other metabolism of the HDL in the next lecture.